Alright, episode 9, bitches. Part 2. Laz asked me if I seen a movie recently that deserved that I think needs to be remade. Personally, I can't think of anything right now because we just opened up a whole new can of whoop-ass with Swamp Thing.
Can of worms, brother. Can of worms.
Y'all do know Swamp Thing has powers and is pretty much strong.
He's a god, man. He's a god. He's a god of plants.
Yeah,
He'll make your garden awesome.
Technically, he could be a demigod. That guy's pretty much Mother Nature, or his thing, Father Nature. I mean, it's like he is more kick-ass than Aquaman. Aquaman only controls fishes and what's in the water.
Yeah.
But this guy can control a fucking tree, a goddamn 200-foot tree.
He's the god of the forest, pretty much, right? Well, anyway, everybody out there, you probably don't know his origin and shit, right? So he was a scientist, Alec Holland, that he fights these criminals that want to take his research, and they
Swamp Thing's DC.
They screw him over, and then they blow him up in his lab, and he turns into a fucking plant, right? Plant man.
He's gonna do the origins. I'm gonna get another round.
All right, give me one, two. And so he's a plant dude, right? And
tell him how he turned into a plant.
Okay, yeah, because he was working on all these like experiments with plants and make them grow like grow big, you know. So it's a comic book, so he comes back later on as a plant, and he becomes a superhero. He's Swamp Thing. But there's a great series from the 70s written by Alan Moore, and the art is by Bernie Wrightson. And in that series, they show that Swamp Thing was never a man. He thought he was a man. He had a dream that he was a man. What happened was he has a flashback, and in the flashback, he's plant that was in the swamp when the Alec Holland, the doctor, when he jumped into the water because he was on fire because his shit exploded, he died for real. And his consciousness was absorbed by the plant life, and the plant life thought that it was him, and it created a man shape, and it had his memories and his thoughts, and the plant remembers, and it finds out that it's not him.
It's kind of like RoboCop.
Yes,
but as a plant.
Yeah, that would suck ass if you found that shit out.
Yeah, it's like you don't even have a body. You're not a being, but you're manifested as plant life.
Exactly. You're a fucking plant. You never were a man. Oh man.
But for him to keep his cool about that.
Yeah, he did. And you know, Swamp Thing in the comic, he scores, man. He scores a lot with those chicks.
Even in the movie.
Yeah,
he gets the chick at the end. Y'all need it. It's a what? 1980.
The original Swamp
87?
Thing. The original Swamp Thing came out in 1982, and then they did a sequel in 1989 with Heather Locklear.
But 82, I remember because we had that on VHS. We had the original.
Yeah.
All right, that was just some knowledge on that.
Fucking random ass knowledge, brother. But you know they can really do a good Swamp Thing movie.
A remake now, man. They need to.
You know, Swamp Thing was so badass in the 70s because he fought werewolves and vampires and.
You're not gonna hurt Swamp Thing. You know, if you throw a grenade at Swamp Thing, right? He's obviously gonna blow up the plant or whatever. He's just gonna manifest again as a new fucking plant. That's what's so awesome about fucking Swamp Thing.
And it brings us back to Ghost Rider, because in the 70s, Ghost Rider, he wasn't a hero. He didn't go and help anybody.
No.
He was just this fucking dude that would turn into a fucking flaming skeleton and ride a motorcycle and raise hell for Satan, right? That was his thing. But what would happen in those old issues is that he would go raise hell, and he was like the Hulk. He didn't have control. And he would just fucking go and raise hell and shit. But in those old stories, at the same time that he was fucking fighting his demon and all that shit, there would be a serial killer in town.
And he would just
terrorize. And they would just clash. Or there would be like some dude that shows up in town and he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
And they clash. See, that's what they need to do in these new movies.
It's not that Ghost Rider's a good guy.
No, he's not a superhero. He's not.
He's just like, hey, this is pretty much my turf.
See, I hate the 90s version of Ghost Rider. where they tried to make him into a superhero.
Yeah.
You know,
or not that they give him feelings.
Yeah. He's like, I fight for vengeance.
I fight for the user. Even Ghost Rider has gone with fucking the 2.0.
Damn you! It was Born Again Ghost Rider. That's what it was, pretty much.
What's Jesus, man? Jesus 2.0 is taking all of them, man.
It was Born Again Ghost Rider. But,
Born Again Ghost Rider.
But if they would just present these characters like...
But I agree with you, man. I would love Swamp Thing to be remade.
Yeah. With the effects that it could do on him.
Oh, man, yeah.
And,
but I would like how to make him powerful.
Yeah.
Because he is. I mean, obviously... who cares if you get Swamp Thing in a major city? Yeah, there's no forest, but he can manifest trees out of seeds. He can manifest plants out of anything, as long as there's something there. Which plant life is everywhere. You're done.
Well, here's I'm gonna give this to all these guys out there. Okay, anybody that's watching this, this is my real quick storyline for Swamp Thing movie. You do the origin the way it is in the comics. You know, he becomes Swamp Thing after there's an accident and the shit blows up. Okay, don't say that he's a plant yet. Don't say that there's a dead body out there and it's this dude. But you know, you say that for later, right?
Yeah.
And in the story, he is trying to figure out his shit. You know, he's all fucked up in the head. He's a fucking, you know, he woke up and he's a plant. You know. So, you save the revelation for later, where you don't really fuck with the audience, you know. And you have his villains in this movie be unconventional villains. You have them be a fucking warlock and a coven of witches.
Yeah, but you can't throw that bomb on the audience yet.
No, you throw it to the at the end, you know.
Okay.
That's the cliffhanger.
Okay.
You know, I just like fucking with people, you know. Like
I know, but you know, if you do that, you're gonna throw people like, well, I mean, yeah, there's a guy who's a fucking plant, but where the fuck does this warlock come from?
Well,
what are his origins?
Well, you set up the warlock people. They're like witches. They do witchcraft. You know, because people like that True Blood shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, don't follow something that people like.
No. Well, they like that, but see, that goes back to the old Swamp Thing comics. They did it before that. You know. I'm just saying that there's an audience for it. Exploit it. Show it. You know, do it like that. Do Swamp Thing as a hardcore ass horror film.
Yeah, because Swamp Thing is not nice with his villains.
No, he's not.
If you guys ever see their comics, I mean, this dude is like...
There's a comic where Swamp Thing literally goes to hell.
Yeah,
to find the soul of his woman and bring her back. And he fights demons and all that shit. Do that story. I want to see that. You know, I want to see that movie. And same thing goes with Ghost Rider.
And you ask, how can Swamp Thing go to hell? Because he is not a being. He's a conscience. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's why Laz put Swamp Thing in the status of God. He's a god. He doesn't need to be in the physical plane.
No, he's supernatural.
That's why he can go to hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes him a demigod.
Yes
so,
it does. Yes, it does.
Anyway.
Another thing, Swamp Thing, he's kind of loosely connected with Batman in that Gotham is nearby the swamp where he lives.
You know what? We're going to add Swamp Thing to our book.
Yes.
We're going to show how Dr. Manhattan cannot physically harm the world.
Wait, do they know about...
I already told them about the book in part 1 and 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
But, I mean... I'm still writing it, but they're not gonna know until. But the main thing I'm gonna put.
You don't need to know about this.
Yeah, I shouldn't write it.
Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. They don't need to know these things.
We have a book out.
We're writing it.
We're still writing it. I told you this book's gonna be about anywhere from 300 to 500 pages.
Fuck yeah.
So. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Swamp Thing's awesome. Do not doubt him. Somebody do a remake.
Do a remake of that shit.
Any other remakes that need to be that deserve to be remade?
They need to do after this Green Lantern movie comes out, they need to remake it because I haven't seen anything good about it.
Oh man, that's awesome!
I haven't seen anything
come out yet,
and
they need to remake the preview.
They need to reboot that bullshit.
I'll tell you what, a movie I don't mind being remade, which is a classic. would be Pet Cemetery.
Oh, wow.
I said I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I mean, I think it'd be cool if they did remake.
You remember that, The Stand? You remember that?
Yeah.
Remake that. Fucking make it hardcore, you know?
Well, just like the book?
Make it like the book and make it long, like a series, you know? But put it on HBO or something, you know? Make it fucking hardcore, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to go like movie or something. I mean,
or fuck it, you know? Make it like Lord of the Rings, right? Where it was like 3 movies.
trilogy. Fuck Lord of the Rings.
Hey, reminds me. The release date for The Hobbit just came out. They're gonna release it on December 2012.
Tell them where these nerds can go jizz at.
Well, there's not gonna be an Earth
Hobbit.
anyway, so right?
Yeah.
There's not gonna be any. Where are they gonna show it?
Nowhere.
Not gonna be fucking Earth. Where's it gonna end?
Fucking Hobbit. What the fuck is that?
It's the it's the first book in the series. You know?
Hobbit blows. Alright.
You gotta say it to the camera.
Hobbit blows. Alright.
He said it right here.
Look, I mean, Lord of the Rings was cool to watch. If if I wanted to go to sleep, I watched it. Okay. This is a stupid movie. I mean,
The One Ring.
why did we have to wait a year and a half to see the other two or whatever? I didn't like it. You know, I just felt like I was hanging out. I mean, no offense to the nerds. I just felt like I was hanging out in the nerds' fucking basement. Like, yeah.
No offense, nerds. No offense.
But it's just highly overrated.
It's like it's a waste. I like the movies. Okay, I like the effects. I like the spectacle of seeing it. You know, but I don't like a movie that's gonna hurt my ass when I'm watching it.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. There's movies that don't
2.5 hours.
They just hurt your ass when you're watching it. You know? You're like sitting there in the theater and you're like, damn, my ass hurts. Like really bad, you know? The telephone. It hurts.
I'll tell you, the only trilogy I've ever seen, all in all, in a theater, I know you guys are gonna fucking boo me on this, was The Matrix.
Oh! I'll boo you on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I like The Matrix.
I didn't see the third one.
I liked it. It kept my attention because I was hooked on the first one. The second one I saw... Look, first of all, the only good actor in that whole movie was Lawrence Fishburne. Everybody else blew. I can admit to that. But it was just a good twist. I mean, I don't know. It kept my attention. Whatever. I had to see all three.
With one Tron Legacy, they blew away the Matrix series, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm going to punch him in the face later off camera. But I will agree that Tron Legacy was fucking awesome.
We fight for the user, that's what.
Fight for the user. Alright. I'll do my quick review of Saw 7.
Oh! He finally saw it! I've been telling him.
Last convinced me to see Saw 7.
I've been telling him to watch it.
The deaths were amazing.
Yep.
I don't know who writes for them, but you are fucking sick, man. Go to a park, relax, chill out, or something.
He would just be looking at things and
finding ways to kill people.
Ways for them to die somehow.
Either way, he's making money off ways to kill people. Good deaths. It was slow at times, dragged on at times, but I loved it for the ending. The ending was the best for me. Carrie Ellis, the beloved Carrie Ellis, Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Oh yeah,
Hot Shots. The Princess Bride comes out as you all know. He came out in part 1. He obviously survived. He was in part 7. He had a total of maybe 1.5 minute airtime.
Yep.
In part 7, but they were the best of his fucking career ever. He pretty much. If y'all haven't seen it, the hell with you. It's been out long enough.
You fuckers. If you haven't seen it, then
whatever. Spoil alert.
Watch it. Shit.
He becomes the new Jigsaw.
Yeah. To all the people that haven't seen him, in fact, you know what? Just go watch the first one and then watch the last one. It'll bring everything together.
Yeah, you don't have to waste your time watching the other fucking 5 wasteless ones.
Though,
but he does say the line at the end, which I love.
Yes, he did.
He says it. He says game over and he slams it just like Jigsaw. That was the movie for me. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back with part 3, bitches.